All right, everybody, welcome back to the Elias Macco Show. Let's head over. I said Aref Salem was going to join us from Old Montreal. I misspoke. Let's go to the pinch hitter now. Alan Desousa is on the line, the mayor of the great borough of Saint-Laurent. Hi, Alan.
Hi, Elias. Thanks for having me. I'm not called Mr. October for nothing, right?
I love that. Hey, I love a good baseball reference. I love it. Okay, so Alan, let's get down to business here, okay? So your party was calling for a public inquiry into the Old Montreal fire that took 2 lives last week. Now, the Quebec coroner has ordered a public inquiry into that fire. So this is a fait accompli. It's happening here. We have an inquiry that's going to happen as you guys wanted?
Well, let's look back to the first fire, Elias. We had it in March of 2023, and at that time, our request to the administration was that the Auditor General do a review, investigation, and come up with recommendations quickly. Why did we ask for the auditor? In a fire, you have criminal inquiries, when you have coroner's inquiries, that these things take time. And by the time you get the results, it's really 2-3 years down the line. Mm-hmm. And at that time, the administration refused to let the Auditor General step in. Let's fast forward today. Today, we have not just the criminal inquiry for that thing still underway and in the hands of the prosecutors, the Crown prosecutors. The coroner's inquiry hasn't even begun yet. And this is almost 18 months, and it'll likely be in 24 months that'll begin. So if we use the same formula for the current fire, I have every reason to believe that, again, you're going to have another criminal investigation. We just see the images out there of people in hoods and suspicion of arson. The coroner's inquiry that we called for, and we're thankful that the Minister called it, will likely start after. So we do need a faster mechanism. Old Montreal is a place where tourists come, people live, old buildings are there, and we need to get a very quick synopsis of what is not working in Old Montreal. The old buildings are there since the 1940s. Many of them don't have windows. We see that the transformations that are being done, permits are issued for these type of situations. Inspections are not happening, and the fire inspections are allowed to go through. So why is that happening? And we need to be able to get those results quickly. So I still think our initial request for the Auditor General to come in and do a quick review would be good. Pending that, when we ever get to the coroner's inquiry that we called for, after the criminal inquiry, we'll be able to make adjustments. So we need to be able to move now. Otherwise, we're going to have more fires and more people, unfortunately, getting hurt or losing their life.
Okay, but Alan, here's the thing, though. I mean, it seems like a lot of the focus on this fire is now turning towards criminality. I want to avoid any type of speculation here, but of course, we are seeing a lot of media reporting on gangs and the organized crime, and perhaps how there are links. There's been video that's released of someone in the fire from last week breaking down a door and then leaving and seeing there's smoke behind him. And of course, last night, Montreal police arrested 3 young people, 17, 19, and 20, after shots were fired Tuesday night near Old Montreal. And that building involved in this shooting is listed as the office for Benamor Avocat, owned by Emile Benamor, the owner of the Old Montreal building that caught fire last week, and the one that caught fire in the last in March of 2023, right? So what about the criminality aspect of this, Alan? Shouldn't that be top of the list?
I have no doubt. That's why the criminal proceedings, the criminal investigation has to go first. We need to get to the bottom. And if there's measures to be taken against the criminal gangs or whoever are fighting for their turf under using protection rackets as their schemes, that should be stopped immediately, and the police should move in quickly. Pending that, we still need to get to the bottom of why are these buildings being licensed out for usage when have they met all the requirements? Does it make sense to allow people to rent out rooms where you have no windows? If so, what are the mitigation measures? Is the work being done properly? Are there inspections happening?
Yeah.
So we're quite capable of walking and chewing gum at the same time. If we're able to deal with the criminality, then at the same time we need to be able to step in and think, what's happening in Old Montreal? Why is this happening? What can we do quickly? What can we improve? And I do think the Auditor General has got the ability to move quickly without compromising any criminal investigation that can happen on a parallel track, but at the same time allowing the city, allowing Ville-Marie Borough, where the mayor is the mayor of Ville-Marie Borough, to be able to use whatever recommendations come out and implement them quickly before before the next fire.
Wrapping up with Alan Desousa from Saint Montreal. Just to the point, and I get your point, right? You want to make sure all the codes were followed, the regulations are followed. Should we have certain types of rooms allowed, like ones without windows? I get all of that, but to me, Alan, at the end of the day, if people are going in and it's criminal arson, they're purposely lighting the fires underneath where people are sleeping. All the regulations in the world won't matter. So to me,
on that front, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm. So
on that front, you're right.
Are the police doing their job then, Alan?
The police have to do their job, and the police have to get on this quickly. I don't think we've got the luxury of punting the ball and hoping somebody is in the end zone to catch it. Or, I think we have to be able to make sure that piece is addressed proactively, quickly, expeditiously. That doesn't preclude that the city, for the second time in a row, has had 2 fires in the downtown area, and in both cases, we've had a loss of life. And I want to know, as an elected official, can and should the city be doing better in terms of the overall downtown area? It's a hotbed where people come. People visit Montreal. People think they feel safe. The most recent loss of life was a tourist from France and her daughter.
Yeah,
they don't know. They presume that what they're renting it meets the code. If it's not meeting the code, let's find out and let's correct.
Alan, we got to leave it there. Come back soon, okay?
Okay, thanks again, Elias.
Alan Desousa from Saint Montreal. Of course, he's the mayor of the borough of Saint-Laurent.